what is the point of arguing? Just why do you argue? Why do you argue? Like, I am so sick. I'm so sick of discussions. There's no discussions anymore. The discussion, when people think about discussion and when people think about argument, like theoretically they're synonyms, but when I use discussion, you think about a productive thing. When I use argument, you think about shouting. And in that respect, there's no more discussions. There isn't. There are no more discussions. The only discussions you have are the ones with people that agree with you, or at least 90% of what you stand for in that argument or discussion. Because otherwise, it's just which side are you on? I have lost count of how many times I've been in the middle of a discussion as a third party, but I like with friends, and they know my stance on the issue, right? And this guy knows that I'm on his side, and this guy knows or thinks that I'm on his side. All right. And this guy's like argument, counter-argument, completely disregards and just argues. Completely disregards and just argues. Disregards again, argues. And I'm watching this, and I want this argument to have purpose and move forward. So I'm like, maybe this guy is not understanding this guy's argument because he keeps saying other stuff and derailing the discussion. So when this guy throws the argument again, for the third or fourth time, I'm like, oh, I think what he means is this, this, and this, and this. And at this time, they turn to me, whatever. They turn to me, and it's like, see, he agrees. And it's like, fucking traitor. And then they just kept arguing, and then later on, this guy comes to me like, what was that for? I thought you agreed with me. And I'm like, of course I agree. That's why further along the discussion, I fought for the subject. Yeah, but not with anything that was of value. Ignoring that argument was the only way we could get what we wanted. That's not the point. Like, people will just do whatever they have to. They will lie. They will pretend they didn't understand. Oh, well, what? What do you mean? What do you mean temperature is rising all over the world? What does that have to do with the situation? We're talking about global warming. No, we're talking about its impact on the economy. No, we're not. That's an argument for why, what? And it's just... I remember being a damn teenager, like 16 years old, in the middle of a classroom having a discussion about abortion. That's impossible today. People get political about everything nowadays. You can't argue about any kind of point. People, you want to talk about like education system, people get political. You want to talk about health system, people get political. Every moral issue is now a political issue. If I want to talk about abortion, whoever I'm talking to is going to think I want it into law. I wanted it written into law, either that it's illegal and everybody should be arrested that even attempts it, or that it's completely free and everybody should just not even have to pay for it. Like, not everything is a political discussion, people. Sometimes I'm just interested in seeing what kind of points of views and perspectives you have so I can enhance my own. That's it. That's it. I just want to discuss about the ethics and morality of this thing. I just want to grow in my understanding of the human paradox. You know, and the easiest way to do that, or the most constructive way to do that, is talk about with other people, get their own paradigms and how they look at things, their impressions, and thus I grow as a person. I'm sorry, I'm sounding like a douchebag, you know, like oh, look at these guys, they don't know how to argue. That's how it feels, and it's the same thing, whatever the topic of discussion is. I've been on discussion about codes conventions, where it's like, no, if you do that, you just want spaghetti code that nobody's going to understand, and you just want people to do whatever they want. No, I'm just talking maybe in this situation we could take a different approach. No, then everybody just takes whatever approach they want, and it's fucking chaos and mayhem, because everybody's tactic or everybody's goal with an argument is to win. It's not to reach a conclusion. It's not to reach Evolution, it's just to win. So when your position, your goal is to win in an argument because you already know you're right, you already know you're in the side of justice and righteousness, then there's no point. Why are you arguing? Obviously just to convince the other person. But then the other person also has your mindset. And then, I mean, I'm sure all of you people have this feeling. I am sure I am not the only one who has this feeling. All of you are thinking the same thing and are feeling the same thing, and that's why arguments and discussions have now devolved to just trolling someone on social network, because there's no point otherwise in talking about anything. There's no point, and you know it. And you're part of the problem, I'm part of the problem. Like someone throws an argument at me during a discussion, and I think it's a lie, but I used to fall for lies a lot, and I would have to discuss against the lies, and now I'm like, I'm not gonna argue. Like, this is, like, the guy just shows me a bogus stat, the percentage of blah, 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 because blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, that's a lie. I know that's a lie, but I'm not in front of a computer. We're not gonna stop the discussion so I can fact check this bullcrap. And if I say like that's a lie, it's just gonna say no, it's not. You just can't argue with it. So I'm forced to like, if you say so, or I don't know about that. No, it's true. I don't know about that. It's totally true. Okay, I mean, I really don't. I'll have to check that. I'll have to check into that. And then the person is like, yeah, check into that. I won, you loser. But you didn't convince me, you didn't win anything. The argument, the discussion, the time that we spent talking is moot. Because you lied to me just to win your argument. I didn't grow anything from that, or won, and you didn't win or grow anything in any way from our conversation, so that's it. That's not the point! Like, it's not that you can't grow when you talk with people that overall agree with you, because they might have arguments that you don't have. They might have thought of counter arguments that you might not have, so you still grow somewhat, but it's still not very helpful. What's good is like healthy, I don't know, man. You know what even people I know very well will lie to my face to win an argument. I can trust people because everyone's lying all the time, and it's just annoying. And sometimes it's really clear, but I can't call it out because the people go, are you calling me a liar? Just don't want to argue. Because you lost, because you don't have an argument, Why do you have to lie? That does not help anything. You should be looking to understand the discussion and reach the better position for yourself. You shouldn't be looking to make the other person switch to yours no matter what you gotta do. I am just really annoyed. I don't think it's that hard. Like, don't lie, don't make stuff up. If you think of fictional situations, say, like, I don't know if this has happened to someone, but I think it could have. Do you not think it could have? And then the other person has to be honest and say, yeah, it actually could have. And in that situation, I guess, instead of, no, that doesn't happen. No, that doesn't happen. That's impossible. It's possible. No, that totally happened, my cousin, my friend, that totally happened. You know, that's the most, because people lie way more in your face. Just, no, that's the statistics I read. I read the scientific research, a scientific paper, I read it. Like, that even means a lot. That the fact that there's a paper out there making some kind of statement, like, that means a lot. You want a paper that's been approved, that's been peer reviewed. That's what you want. By a lot of people, by the way. Because that's another discussion, how the freaking scientific community works, how they help each other, and how the freaking, doesn't matter. I'm not talking about scientists, I'm not talking about scientific discussion, I'm talking about all kinds of discussions with your family, friends, people you don't know, like, whatever. Just annoying. You're talking, and that's a good point. I've never heard that. I have rarely heard that. That's a good point, actually. Never, ever heard that uttered by anyone. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Bye.